Greetings, all of five, all of you beautiful people, plants, animal friends. Just like chapstick regenerates those lips, so does chi energy, Qigong regenerate every cell of your body, regenerate your emotional connection and centeredness, regenerates your mental clarity. We don't like using the word fix in self-growth. We like using the words reintegration, regeneration, because we are whole and complete. There's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing broken about us. We are constantly replicating vibrations, and we can either replicate vibrations that are harmful to us, or we can replicate vibrations that are helpful to us. And that is what I am defining as regeneration, rejuvenation, regenerative. And it's a choice whether or not you want to regenerate or not. It takes work. It's like if you're one of those flowers that blooms, right? Maybe once a year, but then after that first year, maybe there's no more blooms. Maybe you only bloomed once. How do you get that plant to want to make another beautiful flower? What fertilizer does it need? What energy does it need to regenerate that bloom, to bloom again and again and again? That's what this class is about. Guess what? We're going to do some blooms today. Some very simple movements that symbolize and emphasize your power to regenerate, your choice to regenerate, your natural regenerative abilities. Greetings, Jonathan. Thank you so much for coming to class today. So, I wrote a song several years ago, over 10 years ago, called Valila Nekhdaka. It's Hebrew and it means in the night before you. And that's when I first really registered that concept of what it feels like to bloom as humans. Because I don't think blooming is encouraged. It might even seem like a feminine concept, like guys can't bloom. But I feel like as humans, we've been evolving to the point of everything until that flower bursting out of us. It's like when our flower's about to burst out, I feel like it's like, no, 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 be quiet. Shh, 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 shh. Just, you're perfect how you are. You don't need to bloom. Blooming might be messy. Blooming might be uncomfortable. And, you know, I encourage you to look around and see, what is that blooming energy around you? Who in your life do you feel has bloomed? What does that mean? I had one teacher tell me it's impossible for females to truly bloom unless they are like out in the country, completely away from society. What does that mean? I think that's a pretty extreme thing to say, but think about the country girl as opposed to the city girl. Like, how has she bloomed in different ways? Like, there's an energy there. If you observe it, there's definitely an energy there. But we're going to go and play the Valila Nekhdeka lullaby song right now as we begin class. So I encourage you, as you're listening to me, to just get in touch with your breath, get in touch with your stillness or your not stillness, and get in touch with your heartbeat. I think one reason why this mentor of mine said that about women not having a lot of opportunities to bloom in the city, I think what he's talking about is emotional energy, emotional innocence. There's a lot of ways that the female energy is suppressed. The female powers are suppressed, and some might call it sexism, some might call it sexual harassment. I would say that both men and women, the qualities about our unique nature is not fully cherished, not fully treasured in a society where money, making money, and power and any kind of greed oriented goal is the goal. So the idea is that when you live in a slower paced environment, even though being a farmer is a lot of work, it's a lot of hustle and bustle. However, it's on your own organic time in a way. You're connected more with nature. You're connected more with an organic flow. And that is key here because when anything is rushed, when anything is stressed, it's harder to relax and release into that bloom. You know what they say, watched water never boils. So if you feel like someone's always pushing you, someone's always pressuring you, it's really hard to just relax into who you really are, into who you are, plus the regenerative energy that you are. When you are pushed to the limit of one goal is right there and you need to run and grab that carrot to complete the process, then what you forget is that you can regenerate your energy on the way. Like that one sprint is like almost like a depletion of your energy. Like you push, push, push until your energy's gone. But what if you just completely circled and cycled all the time so that your energy is just regenerating? Then you become aware of true abundance, in your life. And there's not as much this projection of lack and needing to fill, because instead you're overflowing with that energy. It's work to regenerate. It's also very rewarding because you're connected with this capacitor inside of you that is like shining, beating this light, saying, I got you. I got you every day. I'm not pulling at your energy. I'm not taking your energy. I'm just witnessing your energy and allowing you to bloom and giving you the fertilizing seeds to continue to marinate in, so you feel safe, so you feel secure, so you feel heard, so you feel paid attention to, so you feel seen. There are little ways we can do that for each other instead of thinking, what can this person give to me? What can I get from this person? But you literally instead can be like, how can I find out more about this person? How can I learn more about this person? How can I appreciate this person more? How can I bask in this person's light? How can I let them shine their light more? I feel like this is more of qualities that exist in slower paced societies, communities, just observing each other instead of saying, what do I get from this? It's a completely different dimension. That inner knowing that you have so much to give instead of this inner feeling of lack, like I need this person to do this for me or I have no value. To know your value is part of that regeneration ability. A flower doesn't know that it can't think it doesn't have value. It just is what it is. And it blooms when it's taken care of, or sometimes in the wild, it just wild. It just has everything it needs. And to trust that if you were in the wild, you would have everything you need. So part of the way I teach Qigong is to get you in touch with your wild nature. Don't hold back. Feel that wildness inside of you, that wildness that's suppressed so much in a structured society that's scared that you're going to be out of control in some way. But you don't have a desire to harm others when you're, feeling your wild is not about being out of control and harming people. It's about being in touch with your true nature when it's not suppressed. Notice your breath, notice your heartbeats. Your heartbeat and your breath is something that you do automatically. You don't even slow down to think about that, so you don't realize, wow, I'm a miracle. I'm breathing and my heart is beating, and I didn't tell these things to happen today. It's just happening. Feeling loved and truly appreciated is that blooming capacity that you have. Feeling scared suppresses your ability to bloom. A flower's not scared to bloom, but I think humans are because of some kind of mind control. So the more you see people away from the media, away from TVs, away from the radio in a lot of ways, the more you see them connected to their true nature and not afraid to bloom. Notice that breath. All right, so I'm going to go back to Relaxation just one more time. Notice your breath. Notice your heartbeats. Thank you so much for being here and for all your comments. Scribble says hi. Hi, everyone. When you see a woman in her full pregnancy, you see what I'm talking about, this glow, this blooming. Can that happen if you grow babies outside of the womb in bubbles? I don't think so. Let's not lessen the worth of blooming and what that means. Connect with that breath, that heartbeat. You are that wild flower blooming on a meadow. Part of that awareness is that you're not blooming all the time. The bloom dies. And you have to trust that process. That even if your flower only blooms for a week, it doesn't make it less valuable. It means that you are looking forward to the next time it blooms, which might be a year from now, and that's okay. Knowing that when you're underground, like we're about to be in the winter months, those roots still exist. Enjoy every part of yourself. The roots digging deep in the ground, the sprouting of your new seeds in the spring, the real new year, and also that bloom that comes in the spring or in the fall, whatever your rhythm is. And you'll know it. You'll know that there's certain months every year where you just feel like you are on fire. And that is being aware of that blooming month. And you might want to make it last longer. Like, why can't I feel this all year long? But we all have a blooming period every year. Sometimes it's around our birthdays. Sometimes it's around just whatever we're vibing with in our energy. And it's good to marinate in that and appreciate that and not to judge yourself when you're not in bloom. To trust it's coming again, and I'm going to appreciate someone else's bloom. We all have a time, we all have a season. All right, notice that breath, notice that heartbeat. Get in touch with what you want out of class today. What is your intention? My name is Aviva. My intention is to be here for all of you today. Thank you for your patience as I started a few minutes late. Every Monday, Wednesday, 1:30 to 3. My goal for today's class for all of us is to not only regenerate what we need to regenerate today, look at what has perhaps died and either let it go or regenerate that area however it needs to regenerate. And also to understand interpersonal relationships and how sometimes our very nature, our very regenerative nature and knowledge can clash with the concepts and agendas and the ideas of others around us because they are perhaps completely content and happy with the narrow mindset of this is what it is, start to finish, I have no interest in regenerating. And that's part of what this class is about. Being okay with your own regenerative powers, whether or not it's reflected in the others around you or not. And just continuing to be the blooming flower that you are. I know this might sound weird to guys. You could think of yourself as a cactus with cactus pears, fruits, flowers, spikes. You're still blooming. What are your intentions out there? I'm going to check my email because I do have a subscriber only feature on the chat box and some folks might be emailing me. And here we got Jabri. Jabri says, my intention is to be here with you today on this beautiful sunshine today, and I'd like to focus on my strong arms and my feet today. And yes, that reminds me of the song about strong arms we were singing on YouTube channel. Thank you. Yes, your strong arms. That's a very deep song. I might talk about that later. Yes, please enjoy the sunshine today. If you can bring your device outside as you do the Qigong, it's a wonderful feeling. And Jeffrey, those muscles in you men, that is like the blooming flowers as well. Feeling those muscles popping out of you, blooming out of you. Continue to notice your breath and your heartbeats. Any other intentions for today that you would like to share? Of course, you don't have to share it publicly. I just want to say while we're waiting for people to chime in, when we experience trauma in our life, a lot of us go numb. It's almost like a part of you dies and you recreate who you are based on the part of you that's hiding because it feels like that part of you was almost murdered. Okay, being killed is an ultimate trauma. You're violated. Your life is violated by someone else taking your life, ultimately. There's also a lot of trauma that can happen where you almost feel like you're dying. You know, just being incredibly physically assaulted, sexually assaulted, or verbally assaulted, it's almost like you can become the living dead. And so when a part of you dies, then you've already decided, and you're too scared to bring it back to life, and it's just you block it out. You just think that now you've become someone else because of the trauma with a part of you that's dead, with the part of you that feels free to live in that one area that life was taken from. And so to become aware that that part of you actually can regenerate means that you have to face that the trauma happened. Now, there's a lot of us that are content in just blocking out the trauma, moving on with our life, just saying life sucks, that's life. Guess what? That's not life, that's death. Okay? And so if I'm available, if you want to schedule a session with me where we unpeel those onion layers of the trauma gently so that you can say, oh, that's life. Regeneration is life. Not moving forward with a dead spot in my body and just expecting that that's reality. All right, any other intentions for today that you want to share? I'll wait just a few more moments. A lot of times those dead spots exist because you can't feel your feelings in the moment. Our feelings are naturally hardwired to us to regenerate us. They've done studies when you cry, when you're upset, those tears are releasing, I think it's over 36 toxins that have gotten into your body. So that says a lot. That says that not only can you release toxins through emotions, chemical toxins or whatever, but it also says that if you get emotionally hurt, perhaps that's creating toxins that you need to release. So feeling is a way that we alchemize. Get out the bad stuff. So when we don't feel in traumatic situations because of shock, because someone's saying, you're not allowed to feel, don't cry, just sit there and take it, then we are literally unplugging ourselves from our regenerative abilities to feel. And then we're hardwiring a new belief system, which is, I can't feel, which means that you're hardwiring the pattern of deadness in you in that one area instead of the pattern of regeneration. So this is an intense class. This can be really powerful for some of you. This can be a life-changing class today as you get in touch with your regenerative powers. All right, let's breathe in our intentions. Release anything in the way. Breathe in your intentions. Release resistance. Breathe in your intentions. Release anything in your way. Feel the energy all around you. Breathe in your intentions. Release resistance. Another reason why stress suppresses the immune system and kills is because it also kills that concept of regeneration. It's just suppression as opposed to expression. You think, I don't have time to feel. I don't have time for me because I have to push. So before we stand and do some regenerative movements, we are going to do 3 or 4 things while we are seated. We're going to stretch out our hands. Stretching is a great way to regenerate the circulation and connection in your body. I'm so glad it's relaxing for you. And then go the other way. Just do that with the other hand, nice and gently. Don't do it too hard. Nice, easy stretches are a great way to regenerate the blood flow, the lymph flow, the breath flow in your body. That kink that you might feel on your shoulders, that's like the dead spots where there's no breath, there's no circulation. The circulation is the regeneration. You know, just moving water is so much healthier for you than those stagnant bodies of water. As long as it's moving, it's got this energy for you. So putting your feet in some moving water is so good for your energy. We're going to stretch each finger, opening up that flow. Opening up. And you might feel a little pain because there could be trapped energy there. Feel free to just go, ah, because expressing regenerates, alchemizes that, helps it move. Motion, energy in motion. You want your energy to move. You don't want to be stagnant. A lot of people that just lie in bed all day, they're like, why does my back hurt? Well, you need to move to avoid pain. If you stay in one place, you will develop painful, stagnant areas in your body. The more you walk, the healthier you are. Get outside. All right, the other hand. Push together and underneath. Now try to do this behind your back, like this, behind you, and then if you can, reach to the bottom of the hands too, getting a nice stretch, opening up the chest. That's good for the thyroid too. Clasp these and stretch. Other side. Breathe into those areas that you feel stagnation. Get out a sound that's stuck in there. Reach the hands up. You can't see my right one, but it's the same as my left. Relax the hands forward a little bit. Hold that. Breathe a few deep times. We're going to just rotate those wrists. If you're sitting so that you can rotate your ankles, you'll do that as well if you're not sitting in the lotus position. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Just doing this one movement every day of rotation is incredibly powerful for your regenerative abilities. Other direction. And I've got a little saying for today. You know, a lot of people are saying there's no hope for the next generation. Well, perhaps we can have a next regeneration instead of just a next generation. How about that? I just noticed I spelled this wrong. Edit that. Oh, I Can't edit it. All right, shake it out. And we're going to do that fun thing where we just grab the finger gently with these two fingers, the pointer and the middle, and just kind of go whoop on each finger. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then just spread out from the center of the hand out. Exactly, a spark to a flame, just one spark. Okay, and the other side. Whoop, 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 whoop. In the center. I mean, if we can have our HR department send us videos about how to do the turtle and clean your hands thoroughly, we can probably get videos on how to regenerate our energy across all companies. I'm going to grab my water. Speaking of regeneration, are you hydrating right now? I feel like I want to come up with like a little thing of what of all the things that assist with regeneration: hydration, circulation, and inspiration. So there you go. Okay, so if I reverse that around, what we've got is chi. CHI. Bam! I love that. So when you think, what do I need to do to regenerate? Think circulation, movement, right? Circulation, movement is included. Think hydration. Hydration, get that water in you. And sometimes eating things like watermelon and cucumber are even more hydrating than water. And then inspiration, which includes not only breathing, but also really feeling inspired to live, like doing what inspires you, not what other people are telling you to do. Those are my 3 secret ingredients to regeneration. Now, speaking of regeneration, on side note, I have artichoke extract in my water, and that has been shown to actually regenerate parts of the liver in some studies with mice. I do hate that mice are studied and tested on, by the way. But anyway, our livers are so important, so eat your artichokes, y'all. Okay, so now we're going to do a couple of hand motions, regenerative mudras. Real simply, this is the lotus. This is your lotus flower. Now, the lotus has been known to bloom in very strange places, like just a pile of mud. It's a miracle, just like you are. So now we're going to dangle those roots into inspiration, circulation, and hydration. And we're going to feel them blooming, opening up. Feel that bud opening up. I know a lot of you have felt that budding stage, like just about to bloom, and then you're like, oh, wait, no, let me lock back up. And that's what's so cool about the matrix therapy that I do with folks, which I also call spiritual therapy, is that it helps you finally bloom that bud that's been stuck there for years. And let's dig in to those roots, those powers, those connections to the generations of your ancestors. And then bloom into the bud first, and then feel that opening like an inspiration. We're going to do this one more time. Dip those roots into the ground. Binkum, 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 binkum. Bud and open. Shake that out. Let me get the music started again at the top of the CD. I'll link this below so you can listen anytime you want. It's actually on Spotify, but this isn't on Bandcamp. You can listen at least 3 times for free, and then it'll say you have to buy this to listen to it. And I appreciate your support, but you can also just listen for free on Spotify. Okay, so now we're going to do the creativity mudra. Creativity is also about regeneration. When you're connected to your creative energy, you're basically regenerating. So for men, you put the right thumb on top. It's different. And then for women, it's the left thumb on top. And it's just every other finger. And just hold that. You can rest it in your lap. I'm just lifting it up so everyone can see. And breathe. I actually had a thought I was going to share, but I forgot what it was. It's okay. The reason why a lot of people would understandably resist these regeneration techniques or even just the regeneration paradigm is because it does sometimes take literally making a new foundation in your existence, which can be very disruptive to your routine. For example, if I had a tree that was growing in soil in a pot and it was outgrowing the pot, it could stay there and it just won't grow much bigger, but it would still stay alive. But if I want to disrupt its whole existence, I can take it out of the pot and put it in soil. So think about that with the people in your life who you know are not as into these regenerative exercises. They're comfortable in the pot. They're potheads. A different kind. And it's okay. It's a lot of work to grow new roots. It's a different environment. It's scary. Not everyone has your courage. And that's okay. We got to be patient with everyone. As long as we don't judge ourselves. Because the annoying thing is when these potheads, and trust me, I have nothing wrong with people smoking cannabis. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying people who have things covering their eyes. They don't want to see what's past that cover. The only thing that can be harmful to you is that they might judge you for regenerating. They might call you crazy. They might say there's no validity to what you're doing. They might say you're wrong. And that can be harmful to you. But if you remember that that's normal for someone who's a little bit more of a zombie to say, then you can just glow in your own regenerative powers. You are the tree that's planted deep in the soil, and they're the potted plant. And the potted plant is going to say, I'm better than you because I can move around and I'm free and you're stuck in the soil. Just know that your choice to regenerate does not make you less than them. And they're not less than you. Just be happy in your own choice and validate yourself. And realize any of their judgment, any of their anger at you, any of their unvalidating you, any of their ostracizing you comes from the fact that they have just made a different choice than you. You're regenerating, and they're happy not regenerating. And I think you would not be happy not regenerating. So be proud of yourself for what you've chosen, because your happiness is what's important, not making everyone else happy. We can't do that. All right, let's go ahead and stand up. I'm going to grab my earthing mat. Yes, healthy fruit, and even fruit at all. How can you have any fruit at all if you don't have the roots? So some people are happy not fruiting. I'm going to tell you about this in a second. All right, feet shoulder width apart, knees bent. Relax the arms to the side. Let me see if I have any more comments on my email, which is avivaandtheflyingpenguins@yahoo.com. I'll put that in the description in a moment as well. Feel your energy vibrating if you can. It's not always going to happen if you're new to Qigong, Tai Chi. You might not always feel that vibration, and that's okay. You're just going through the motions at first. Sometimes it could take a year or two of doing these classes to really feel your Qi. What does Qi feel like? That's a good question. Qi feelings can be described in many different ways. One is like there's energy vibrating around you, almost massaging you. One is feeling like there's a thick energy around you that you're moving through. Feeling shivers, feeling pins and needles, feeling little pains and sparks in the body can all be Qi feelings. Feeling a sudden temperature change while you're doing Qigong is a Qi feeling. Having emotional changes. All of these are Qi feelings. If I missed any, all of you Qi experts out there, or Qi practitioners, as my teacher, Grandmaster Fu, describes it, if you're doing Qigong, you're a Qigong practitioner. You're practicing it. Qigong essentially means the study of your essence. It doesn't exactly, Qi doesn't exactly translate into essence. It's a little more complicated than that. Qi is essence. It can, in English, it can be energy. It can be the energy that's all around you. It can be the energy that's contained in you. It can be energy that moves, potential, kinetic energy. It could be spirit. It could be soul. There's so many ways we can define Qi. It can be God. There's so many ways it can be interpreted. Gong means the study of anything. So if you put it after Qi, you're studying Qi. Gong is not just studying with the books. Gong means to study something both physically, emotionally, mentally, and through practice. So if I was a dancer, I wouldn't just be reading books about doing the dance moves, I would be doing the moves. And that's what Qigong is about, going through the motions. So it's about talking, it's about analyzing, it's also about just going through the motions, doing the motions. That is Qigong, studying your essence through motion and exploration and reading. So here we are in ready position. Literally, we're just putting our feet shoulder width apart, we're bending our knees, we're feeling the pelvis rock a little bit forward if it's sticking back, or rock a little back if it's sticking forward. Be aware, feel your tailbone just really directing down. So release the hips a little bit. Pretend that your waist has feet and those feet are standing right on your hip bones, and that'll help your pelvis get into the ready position. That sounded weird. Relax the shoulders, because if you're doing this, it's hard to get in that ready position. Your hands are facing this way, and your arms are just slightly lifted. Your head's just floating on your neck. This is the ready position. Just holding this position. Oh, another chi feeling is shaking. You might just start shaking. So when you hold the ready position, if you can do this for 5 minutes a day, just set your timer, put on a lullaby, put on a Flying Penguin Lullaby, and do it for the whole duration of that lullaby. Just stand in ready position. Doing that once a day is like eating a really healthy meal for your energy. As you do the ready position, you're going to want to, your body's going to want to wiggle out of it. So constantly check into the balance. Is my waist, feet on my hip bones? Are my shoulders relaxed? You might start shaking. You might feel a temperature change. All of this is your energy hydrating, inspiring, circulating, regenerating. Every Monday we do the Wu Qigong. Wednesdays, it's kind of like a potluck as opposed to a pothead. Jackpot? There's another word for it. Where it's just like random stuff that we do. And just for 1 more minute, just the ready position. I love doing this when I'm in line places, like at the grocery store or the post office, which is usually a lot longer lines lately. Try not to feel miserable about going to the post office or going anywhere, the DMV, where you have to stand in line, and look forward to that being a time when you can practice Qigong, because you have no other choice but to stand there. You might as well do ready position and enhance not only your chi, but everyone's chi around you and the chi of the space. Objects and places have chi too. Regenerate everyone around you. You are the sunshine. Whether or not they choose to regenerate or not, you actually are regenerating them just by regenerating yourself. That's why they might hate you. We're going to do a couple of moves from the Wu Qigong now to warm up our arms, because the regenerative Qigong move that came to me when I meditated about this concept on Sunday uses the arms. So we want them to be a little bit warmed up here. We're going to relax the left shoulder down and then the right, just back and forth. Allow it to kind of push down and then just bounce back to wherever it goes. Maybe it stays down. Feel that breath, that inspiration. If you ever don't feel bad, remember CHI. Increase your circulation. Just doing a kick does amazing things for your circulation. Raising that foot above the heart. Hydration. Have you drank water lately? Have you had fresh fruit, fresh cucumber? And inspiration. Inspiration includes feeling grateful for your life. What are you grateful for? Rotate that left shoulder back a few times. And the right. Your body needs water. So much hydration. If you're drinking soda, not only are you polluting your whole body and causing a hormonal outrage and sugar spiking, but you're also dehydrating your body. So if you insist on drinking soda, have at least the same amount of water. You know, kind of like if someone spills paint on the floor, like just put a bunch of water on it. I mean outside, not on your floor, inside. You don't want to bring a hose in your house. Diluting it with water really does help. Okay, rotate both shoulders back. Little lemon juice is like adding soap to things that you spill on the floor. You're gonna spill it in your body, scrub-a-dub-a-dub. Or you're gonna have some achy joints. All right, here we go. This is the move I was warming up to. This is part of the Wu Qigong. It's called collecting spirit from heaven. Your hands are just floating down. See if you can feel that dense energy. Holding it as you're floating down. I'm going to do a few more of these. Usually we do 9 of each move, but we're just going to do a few more because we've got some other moves to get to. These notes. Oh, yeah. Big bubbles in my head. This is a song I started writing a while ago. A lot of people think that fake blooms are just as good as real blooms. So just like someone might have fake plants and fake flowers around and really enjoy that because they don't have to water them or give them sunshine, there are ways that people can bloom in fake ways where they feel satisfied. Like, okay, I'm bloomed because I've got these fake blooms. And that has to do with like the power, the money, the fame, the greed. Like all of that appears to be success, but is it really blooming or is it fake blooming? And it depends on the person. You got to ask yourself, am I striving to have a fake bloom or am I striving to have a real bloom? And that's a really legitimate question because we might be driven by fake blooms, but we don't get that same feeling as when we really, really do bloom. And so the people around us that are not regenerating are really striving for that fake bloom, and you might be in the way. Like actually blooming for real might be in the way of fake blooming. Let's go the other way. Relationships, are they true connections? Or are they modes of getting fake blooms? Even when you have well-meaning intentions. Are you violating anyone's boundaries? Are you bullying them? Are you pushing them because of what you want? A lot of these behaviors are engraved in fake societies. If you're not allowed to use your voice, that's a clue that you're not really allowed to bloom. And sometimes you need to stop blooming fake blooms in order for the real ones to come. You have to stop faking your happiness to make other people happy. And this, again, can be very disruptive to your life. Where people are used to you being a certain way, change isn't easy. The need for social acceptance is real. So if you are going to go through mega changes, it's really helpful to make sure you've got a support group around you, because you might lose your old support group. They might not support you changing. They might not be as real friends as you think they are. You have a right to change. You're ever changing. And it's really the social group that's around you that can hinder you from changing more than yourself sometimes. I mean, they might even threaten you. You know, in abusive relationships, if you want to get out, they threaten to kill you sometimes. And that sucks. So you got to build up your support team. Know that you're worth a support team. That's one of the hardest lessons. Who does it feel good to talk to? Yes. Second Amendment is like one of the 10 commandments. A lot of people don't understand the regenerative powers of music. They think it's just to be entertained, because that's what we've been spoon-fed a lot of. But when a musician truly is regenerative in their sharing, it's transformative. You know, it can bring you to tears, can inspire you to be more human. So when someone just says, sing this, sing that, you know, monkey dance, monkey do this, and they're not respecting the regenerative powers of the musician, and they're also not able to get that gift of regeneration from the music as much. All right, bring the hands above the head. Yin hand first, which is right for women, left for men, and then the other hand on top, and feel that energy come into you. Feel that spirit energy. And I said I was going to talk about the other gift I can offer you, which is Bach flower essence therapy. This is my bottle. It helps with pain, because what it is is it's a bunch of vibrations from flowers that help in the different emotional states that we're experiencing. So as you're collecting the spirit from heaven, it's similar energy, like these spiritual vibrations, these good vibrations, you're good, absorbing that all. And so the Bach flower essences, there's 38 different vibrations that you can give yourself that align yourself with these spiritual vibrations. I love doing these sessions with people and seeing the transformation. There are remedies for fear, depression, anxiety. You know, when I say remedies, they're vibrational opposites. They help fill you up with the regenerative vibrations and take away the stagnant ones. Right over here. Throat. Your heart. Tummy. Up to your side. And I personally think that's one of the reasons why cannabis is so effective. Okay, we're going to just rotate the ankles on the left, bending both knees, because the DNA spirals in the opposite direction. That says a lot. Maybe it's that spiral that has regenerative powers, like the Fibonacci spiral. Is that regenerative in its essence? The pattern that you see on shells, on flowers. Look at the patterns. Look at the regenerative patterns ingrained in all the living life around you, the plants, seashells, even patterns in weather and these spirals. And when you do these twists and the spirals and you circulate, that is an absolute form of regeneration. That's another thing that circulation does. All right, let's get to these regenerative moves. We're going to end on the blooms, and we are going to bring our arms up for this movement. I guess I'm going to call it the butterfly. It came to me. I was meditating about it. And I just want to stress that metaphor again about using, you know, shea butter, whatever kind of chapstick you have. You know, if you have chapped lips and you put that chapstick on, it rejuvenates the moisture of your lips. And that's so similar to the Qigong. If you've got aches in your body, you can use your Qi like chapstick to literally almost moisturize your joints, your muscles, to smooth them out, to smooth away the pain. Your pain, every little piece of pain is like a chapped lip. And you doing that Qi is like smoothing out that chapped lip. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring that right hand in front of you and then just gently back up. We're going to spiral. And then the left side. Back and forth 9 times on each side. Breathe. Relax your face. A relaxed face has parted lips and a little bit of a smile. Thanks for the thumbs up. Hey, Dusty. Welcome to Regeneration Qigong. This is the butterfly. This is 6. 7. I mean, that's also 6 on the other side. do a couple more. Good job. That makes your muscles bigger too, by the way. Speaking of muscles, let's just do something to build our muscles even more before we go into the next move. Arms out, forward, down. See how my hand's facing back now? Now I'm going to twist it all the way up. And I'm going to bounce that. And that really gets a good tightening in those upper arm muscles so that you can lessen that thing. We're going to do 50 of these. Push. Push. Ten more, please. Hey, birdie. I hear your song. And relax. Good. Okay, we're going to do blooms now. Bring your feet shoulder width apart. Bring your hands to your thighs. And just open up into a little bloom. It can be down here. It can be up in your chest area. It can be in your heart area. And it can be in your eye area. And it can be above your head. We're going to do this for 3 or 4 more minutes. So I recommend at least 20 minutes of Qigong a day for your health and wellness. So you can choose a movement. You can do just this blooming movement for 20 minutes. It's a wonderful one for regenerative powers, for regeneration of every cell in your body. And this comes from my own work on myself. You know, as I do this matrix therapy with myself, I dig into situations in my life that have been really stressful or even traumatic. And this came from a memory of someone telling me I was wrong about something. And just to realize that I was regenerating something like a generational pattern, literally, a dysfunctional family pattern, and I had chosen the path of regenerating from it. And he just wanted to stay with it. And judged me harshly for my revelations, saying they weren't real. And that really hurt my feelings until I realized, until I put 2 and 2 together, that it doesn't, just because he judged me doesn't stop me from regenerating when I need to regenerate. And that's my choice. And I'm proud of myself for that. I'm regenerating a part of me that was filled with so much anger and bitterness. And I'm regenerating the sweet spot, the sweetness in me, by facing the pain. and not being angry anymore because I'm free and I'm not under anyone's control. It's so frustrating when you're angry and you don't know why you're angry. So when you can regenerate that anger into sweetness and love, it's just better than ice cream. We all have so much love to give to this world. But feeling free to express it is what holds us back. You still gotta come see me, Dusty, at Golden Drops Cafe. Didn't you say you were gonna come by again? I'm there every Saturday, 3 to 5. And if enough of you come, or even if just one of you come and you want to do Qigong, I am down. Keep on blooming, beautiful people. I am just going to put in the chat box ways to donate if you would like to for this class. Definitely not required, but definitely very much appreciated if you are inspired to. It really helps me to continue doing what I'm doing. Even if a few of you donate, know that it really does make a difference. So yeah, this is my PayPal and my Zelle, Aviva and the Flying Penguins at yahoo.com. It is also how to get in touch with me if you'd like to do a Bach flower session, which is this vibrational spray, or a matrix therapy session, or a voice lesson, or whatever can help you express. And then I do have Cashapp as well. I appreciate you being here. Your presence is a present. Let's do at least 10 more blooms, and then we'll do a little self foot massage. Oh, and if you want to do a tax-deductible donation, you can do the donation on my Patreon site. You could do a monthly thing there, but you can also just do a one-time donation there. And if you do a monthly donation of $10 a month or more, then you get a free music track every month. I'll put the Flying Lullabies in there one more time because this is a really great 50-minute workout way for you to time doing Qigong every day. And like I said, it's free to listen to it 3 times, and then it will ask you to download it. Or you can stream it on Spotify. It might be on Pandora too. It's on a bunch of things. And it's on YouTube too. That's what Spotify does. They have a topic called Aviva and the Flying Penguins, and then they just throw all my music in there. The fact that you're even joining me today, though, makes me so happy. It feels like the world is blooming whenever I do Qigong with you. It feels like we're growing beautiful flowers in a meadow together. That we're blooming love vibrations, and fun, joyful vibrations in this world together. Connected vibrations, vibrations that make sense, that don't drive you crazy and confuse you, that are filled with just simple clarity. Last bloom, make it a good one. Whoo! All right, I usually sit when I do my feet, but I think I'm going to stand because this chair might help you see it better. Hydration helps with regeneration. All right, here we go. So we're going to rotate each toe a few times in each direction and pull the toe away from the body. And then rotate the whole ankle. You can either hold your feet like this or squeeze your fingers between your toes for more of like a massage. Woo. You can do both ways. Then you pull the toes back and rub the bottom of the feet. Your feet is connected to like all of that circulation, hydration, inspiration. Rub between the toes and the top of your foot. Like just rub in those spaces, open them up. And then find a point on the bottom of your foot and hold that for 20 seconds, like a point that feels like, ooh, there's stuck energy there. Ow! Okay, so now find a point under your knee on the inside of your leg. So about a couple of fingers below your knee. That's a really good trigger point to massage. Hold that for 20 seconds. They may exit stage left. I just saw that for some reason. I don't know why it didn't show me that before. Jonathan, please don't pick it. Bye, Dusty. All right, now above the knee, about 4 or 5 fingers above, find another point. Woo, there it is. That's a good trigger point. Hold that for 20 seconds. So when you're holding it, you can do like a little massage too on it, just to open up that energy. 16, 15, 14, 13. This is in the circulation aspect of Qi. You have a great day too, Jonathan. 8, 7, 6. We are at 3 o'clock. And I do have another video coming after this. Oh my gosh. We better finish this up quick. All right. Rotate each toe a few times in each direction. I thought I would serenade you with one of my songs that has to do with expressing yourself, even if other people don't want you to. It's called Maybe You Would. All right, rotate the whole ankle a couple times in both directions, and then rub between your toes. Pull the toes back, rub the bottom of the feet. Find a trigger point on the bottom of the foot or anywhere on the foot. Hold that for 20 seconds. Under the knee, a couple of fingers down. 20. And above the knee on the outside of the leg, find that point. And tap up and down. Brush, brush. Optional bow, everyone, to close class, honoring your ancestors and the lineage holders. Honoring the teachers. Honoring your regenerative abilities for love blooming out of you. And filling yourself with gratitude and compassion for all. Spreading it out to all. Especially the little lizards that jump on your door. Good job today, everyone. Thank you for sticking to the end of class with me. Give yourselves a hug. I'll see you Monday for the next class. And I will see you Sunday for Sunday Night Live. And in person Saturday at Golden Drops Cafe. 3 to 5.